President Biden just arrived back right here in Washington after getting a first-hand view of the devastation in Florida from Hurricane Ian. The president and First Lady surveyed the damage before meeting with local residents, business owners, and political rivals, including Florida's Governor Ron DeSantis. 1 week after the Category 4 storm made landfall, residents and businesses were allowed to return to Sanibel Island for the first time to see what's left of their homes. Nearly 300,000 customers are still without power, and many residents still have no access to water. Disaster recovery centers say they've distributed more than 9 million meals, 34 million bottles of water, and 500 generators. CBS's Manuel Bojorquez will start us off from Fort Myers Beach. Good evening, Manuel.
Good evening, Nora. President Biden announced that FEMA will extend full reimbursement for debris removal for an additional 30 days. That's important in places like Fort Myers Beach, where we're not just talking about what the storm piled up, but also the ruined items that people continue to pull from their homes. A week after Hurricane Ian left parts of southwest Florida in ruins, President Biden toured the damage by air, calling it historic, and promised long-term federal support.
I want the people of Florida to know you have my commitment and America's commitment that we're not going to leave.
The president was briefed by Governor Ron DeSantis, who announced a road to isolated Pine Island had been repaired.
We said we can restore and provide a temporary bridge, so we did that, and that opened today. So Pine Island is now restored to the mainland.
Also today, anxious residents of nearby Sanibel Island were allowed back for the first time to check on their homes, returning to scenes like this, street after unrecognizable street. To help Floridians get back on their feet, FEMA deployed mobile registration centers to process applications for assistance. More than 200,000 families have applied, seeking money for food, clothing, and home repairs.
It's definitely a breeder.
Meanwhile, medical personnel from around the country are staffing makeshift medical units from the Department of Health and Human Services, like this one in Cape Coral, to ease the load on local hospitals. This mobile hospital has been operating for about a day and a half, and already they've seen nearly 100 patients. They're equipped to handle anything from serious injuries to checkups.
We want to make sure that every person in the county that has a medical need gets taken care of.
We're not just talking about injuries from the hurricane or cleanup, just regular emergencies.
That, and also to the fact that all these people, their primary care doctors are closed. They've got nowhere to go.
It's not just the patient load. Many of the area's hospitals have doctors, nurses, and other staff that have also been impacted by the storm. They also need help. Nora?
Manuel Bojorquez, thank you very much.